Hello. So, felt like streaming some more Historic today. Wasn't feeling limited, so I figured I'd give Historic another shot. The new set didn't give this deck a ton of cards. It gave the blue version a couple more, but this version I've been playing instead, and I don't know. I think I like it better. I just really don't like playing blue. I don't know what it is, but I just don't enjoy it. So we're trying this version. The notable thing that you can do here is you can Rocco into Vivian's -2 to fetch out Terror of the Peaks and do a bunch of damage as well. We're trying out some more Planeswalkers, and we have one of the Eternal Wanderer in here because she can blink folks and also like Wrath the board kind of, which you don't always want to do, but you do want access to sometimes. Second one in the board. Instead of running Brotherhood's End, I'm trying out Chain Whirlers. Obviously, it's rough around the mana, but, you know, I think it's fine. You can, obviously, in a lot of cases, it's not the same, it's not as good, but you can make copies of it with Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and it does a good job of holding down the board, even when it can't wipe the board. Against most of the aggro decks. And also Prosperous Innkeeper really helps kind of smooth out the mana. So that's why we're running that. Obviously, we're going to sideboard out the little guy against, you know, Wrath decks and stuff like that, just to avoid giving them additional value. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the one we're going to be running, although I did just want to show really quickly, like, I think this is the newer version of this deck. So I've been trying Galagreeters. I don't know if it's any good. I'm also running like one more in the main here. I took out the Draw Dogs and I put in Muldrifters. It's kind of a 4-drop because really you want to evoke it and then ephemerate it. This is what I ended up getting Mythic with recently. Either this or I think it's this. No, this one has Galagreeters in it too. All right. Well, I don't know, some version of this. I think that basically there were fewer Galagreeters and there were Draw Dogs, and I think one more Frilled Mystic. Yeah, like 3 and 1, I think is the only change between this and the previous version. But yeah, I don't know. I just was not enjoying this version as much, and it has the problem of not being able to wipe the board as effectively. Which is, again, why I like this version, because, you know, even against a lot of decks, even just a single Chain Whirler is, like, really good against, especially, like, when you're playing things like Molten Impact, then it's like, okay, then you can start, like, assembling your own sort of Wraths, because you can, you know, have some damage hanging out from a previous Molten Impact, and then you Chain Whirler, Ephemerate Chain Whirler, and get the excess damage as well to finish something off. You know, it can happen sometimes. Been doing all right with it, and it doesn't run blue, so I like it better. So let's give it a shot. Just one sec. I forgot to update my thing. There we go. Now that's properly representing what we're playing. Okay. Stream info fixed. We go first. Let's mulligan. I don't like this, obviously, but it's what we got. So we'll open up on a Fabled Passage. Probably definitely get a red. Alright. And we'll get rid of this fella. This land was really good. That's going to allow us to Fable next turn, which can set up the turn after Skyclave Apparition. Or, depending on what they follow up with here, I might just Skyclave this immediately. Yeah, I'm just going to Skyclave that immediately. We'll get into the Fable later. I just don't want them to generate value from these Darcys. It looks like that, yeah, they're a Phoenix deck. So, Skyclave Apparition and Blink are going to be very good. Obviously. Seems like they're struggling a little bit. They did miss a land drop. I'm missing one here now, too. You know, we're not doing 100% ourselves, but we do have Skyclave and Ephemerate. 2 Ephemerates, actually, so I think we're fairly safe against getting Phoenixed out, but, you know, we'll see. Alright. No, we're good. Let's get in there. The little Sky Cave Apparition who could. Alright, let's get this in our hand, I suppose, because it allows us to leave Ephemerate open. Just one of them, but I think that's all we'll probably need. Yeah, they're like missing lands, and I would rather have a 4/5 flyer on the way. Chandra gives us an interesting... Do I want to drop... I mean, they're not, like, doing anything. I'm just going to throw this out there. I feel bad dropping Ephemerate protection, but, like... From my vantage points, unless they've been, like, waiting for this opportunity, you know. Well, I mean, they could get it here. If anything was going to start this and have them keep going, it was that. Yep, maybe they can do it. You got 2 other ones? Looks like they might. So this is gonna... Jeez, well, whatever. So this is gonna kill Chandra, most likely. I really don't think they're gonna go for me here. Alright, they got my fella. This is alright, though. Like, I don't mind having a high life total against this deck, obviously.
You don't need me anymore.
Alright, let's do this. Actually, yeah, never mind. I can't do the blink trick here. Unfortunately, because that's gonna put the 3 damage on first. Oh well. Alright. Well, now I can do it. Oof. It's pretty bad. Not bad. I'm actually just gonna grab the Ledger Shredder here, because I have a high enough life total that I'm not super worried. I'd rather them just not be able to keep fueling their thing, so I don't mind taking a short-term hit. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind trading here for a burn spell, presumably, and 4 damage. Alright, here's this. I'm actually going to pay the life here. Let's attack. And let's try. They're opting, looking for a burn spell to stop this ephemerate madness. They find it? Nope. So I get their second Phoenix. And then I get to draw a bunch of cards. Nice. I'm fine doing this, because I have a second one in my hand. "100% gonna get rid of that." I mean, assuming that I can. They might have a burn spell. Yep, they do. Yep. Ooh, cool. Seems pretty good. It would be great to get another thing here. Alright, that is probably game over, unfortunately. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but it certainly does seem like that's probably going to be game over. It was a good draw. And we did not get a removal spell, sadly. Yeah, that will spell our end. That's fine. Alright, so the things that we want here are... Let's see. So they're going to be playing a bunch of spells, getting out those fast Phoenixes. Chandra's not super great here. This is actually not bad, just as a 4/4 flyer. This second Chandra, I think, could be... So they have shocks, is what they have. That's their main tool for controlling the board on my side. I'm actually just going to put in another Timeless Witness to, like, re-buy stuff. I'm going to take that out. Goblin Chain Whirler is not going to be doing me a ton of favors. Let's just get in some Ranger classes. And I'm not going to need you. Yep, let's try that. My opponent has no idea how to sideboard against my silly brew. That's alright. We can just have a nice chill time, listen to some SNES music, while we wait for the opponent to figure out how they're going to sideboard. There we are. Oh. Heading into Mute City. Let's do it. This isn't a bad hand. It's not particularly fast, but it's alright. See what they open with. If they start with a Darcy, then... Okay, well... They are going to shock my Prosperous Innkeeper, I believe. Which is fine with me, because I'd rather them shock my Prosperous Innkeeper than my Fable token. Or maybe they just have a Consider up. Who knows? We will, very soon. It was opt. Alright. I was wrong on both counts. I had the cantrip wrong. How's that heat? How's that heat feeling? Oof, no heat. My Prosperous Innkeeper will live to rent out a room to a traveler another day. Let's just play this, shock it in, take our medicine. We'll see what happens from here. They haven't discarded a Phoenix yet, which is notable. Looks like they're, well, I mean, they just haven't played a land yet. I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that they, like, are struggling to dig for it, but maybe. I don't know. Alright, so this is spell 2. So nothing yet. We'll get rid of one of these Besejus, and honestly, that's it. I really don't want to discard these other. Well, I guess this other Beseju we can discard because we'll probably draw into a land. Yeah, we did. Okay. All right. So we can do this for 3. I don't know that that gets us anywhere particularly awesome, though. Like, I guess that lets us, like... Actually, you know what? No, let's do it for 2 instead. Or lets us get a goof. Goof. And the cool thing about Rocco as a creature tutor is that it is a creature tutor that is also a 3/1, which sounds like it's not much, but I mean, it does merit a removal spell, and if they do remove it, then you can regrow it with Timeless Witness, and then you have another tutor. Granted, if it wasn't a creature, then you could skip the middle part and still regrow it, but our deck cares about regrowing things, so... Alright, let's do this. And let's play this. Alright, good game. Alright, I think we're good. We'll just keep going. Kind of wonder if I should have a second Tyrant. I go back and forth on how many Dragon Tyrants that I want, because they're actually really good in a lot of matchups. 6 mana is super achievable with this deck, and just having like a mid-range flying creature is like, I don't know, it's like legit. A lot of decks are trying to utilize flying. Like dealing 4 damage on ETB is a fairly sizable chunk of damage in this format. Ooh, now I got a choice. Not really a choice. I'm gonna get a white here. Alright. Because I need to get my removal stuff castable. Hey, there's that too. Let's just get rid of this now. Wandering Emperor is going to be good. Probably. Alright, we can toss this out there. Throw this down. We've got an Ether Gust. Put it on top. Why not? Alright, here we go. 1 spell. No Phoenix yet. Ledger Shredder. Okay. Well, let's toss that down. Yeah, we can do it tapped, so that we can Skyclave this Shredder. Now we can just hold Wandering Emperor up, end of turn if we want to. which might be the way that we go. I mean, we'll see what they do here. We might need to Skyclave on our turn. Oof. 2. Alright, so we're getting hit by two Phoenixes here, which isn't terrible. Alright, so we did get a land, so that means that we can... let's see, did they have, they had Ether Gust. I don't know if they have... Well, I mean, I guess we can play around Spell Pierce, right? Pretty easily. And they don't have Spell Pierce because there would have been a pause there. Okay, so there's one Phoenix dealt with. The second one, we can just flash this in and deal with it. Is that a better one to deal with? I mean, probably it is, but we'll see what happens before combat. That, I guess, is the benefit of the Wandering Emperor, is that we do flash it in. But I'm assuming that the thing that I want to do here is just save myself life points. Let's hope we don't get our spell pierced.
Finally, I'm home. This is what you get for hurting my people.
You tell him, Wandering Emperor. Oh no, my Wanderer Emperor has been fried. Still have much to learn about them chicken feet. Why is chicken feet representing blue and white creatures? That feels insane, but whatever. Not sure why they waited until my upkeep to do that, but that's okay. I will do this. And then draw some cards. Let's save that, actually. That deals with this, big boy. Yep. Alright, well, there's my Skyclave target. Sure. It's probably highly suspicious that I didn't upgrade my Ranger class. But they don't care. Ooh. Just gonna attack with this. All right. I just wanted to see what they did in combat. Obviously, I could have done this before combat to put a counter on the Skyclave apparition, but I didn't want to do that. Alright, what are we getting? They do have one Phoenix in their graveyard from earlier. Oof, they are getting a lot of lands. Well, we're getting through them at least. They're checking out my Skyclave. Don't know what that means, but... Alright, castle. I'll put a counter on here, just to get through the damage. Here we go. We have drawn cards. We have Boseiju open. I don't think that's going to matter, but we have it. Next turn we have Vivian, if we want. It's fine. They get a 1/1. Alright, that's fine as well. GG. Alright. We're into the 300s. Got rewarded. Wonderful. Alright. Just taking a peek. One thing I would like to do is, I think it would be neat if I could fit another... like one of each of those. Like I really just want like more of the top end in this deck, but I also don't think it makes a ton of sense to do it. Like it gets stuck in your hand. It the one thing that I could consider cutting, just because so like, okay, ideally, like, on turn 2, you're either dealing with creatures or you're playing a Prosperous Innkeeper and skipping ahead to your 4-drops, right? So the 4-drops are the things that I want to be a little more card advantage-y, but also have a removal element to it, right? Because if you're doing this on turn 2, you need a Planeswalker that's going to be able to defend itself, because all your entire board is just this little man, which, you know, while I love this little man, you know, he's not doing a ton to fight people. His strengths lie elsewhere. So like I kind of like the card that I want to cut here is Chandra, because kind of the deck isn't as top end heavy as it used to be, and also like Chandra is just kind of easy to, I don't know, she's kind of easy to kill. Dealing 4 damage to target creature, just like 1, isn't the best, especially in this format, I've found. Like, I think that exiling is kind of the way that you need to go a lot of the time. There's just a lot of graveyard stuff that happens, and kind of, I don't have other ways of dealing with graveyard stuff, so I try to, you know, like, I would honestly really like to be running... instead of Molten Impact, like March or something like that, but Molten Impact is just better. It's like, it's one of the few sort of ways to pick up card advantage against the early like aggro decks. So I don't know, maybe we can try cutting that and try adding in the more like exciting cards, and that will also open up, because I don't think I'm ever really going to want to run 3. Like I would like to run this, but you know. Well, maybe we can. Maybe we can do this. And just have Chain Whirler be a 1-of? We can try it. Maybe keeping the Chandra in is better. One of the ways in which this deck kind of loses is against the, you know, the black-based, like, we kill everything decks, because even though you are getting some advantage to most of your creatures as they enter the battlefield with this deck, it's not enough of an advantage for you to just, like, be trading 1-for-1, because they also have some decent late game in Kroxa, and This is fine. I will open on this stomping ground. And then probably go into Innkeeper, but, you know, we'll see. It might make more sense to hold up the burn spells or use them. Alright, here we go. Start on a stomping ground. Go into a clip chop retreat. The cool statue of some angel lady. Don't really know who. Never gonna look into it. Well, they're giving us an opening, so I guess we'll go for the Prosperous Innkeeper. Let's see what flavor of red deck they are. Oh, okay. They are goblins. Well, in that case, that's where this is gonna happen. What are we following up with? We just need to draw one more mana source, and we already have Wandering Imp, or sorry, Eternal Wanderer. Now, like, yeah, right? So now this lets us hold up Helix with 2 points of extra sauce. Alright. It's your follow-up goblin. Alright, well that's pretty clean. 3 there. 2 there. Obviously they can sack both of them, because they have the ability of the fella on top. Alright. If I want to or need to, I can drop Yorion next turn to just, like, get a life and treasure token parity. Just to have it on board. It's not the best move, but it is a move. Alright, well, never mind. Because now we are doing this. And this. And one of these. They're sleepy? Why are they sleepy? It needs to be higher energy, Liliana. How else are you gonna beat my deck with your goblins? Interesting. I mean, I'm just gonna do this. I'm shocked that this is just happening. Like, no creatures are getting sacrificed. Nothing, huh? Alright. Alright, so next turn we have the Eternal Wanderer if we want. Ooh, we got a Muxus. Top deck Muxus. How we doing? Not the best Muxus. I'm assuming that they're gonna fetch another Muxus. Yep. Alright, well. What do I want to do here? I think what I want to do here is this. And then -4. I'm keeping that, and you're keeping that. And then we'll pass. I'm really surprised they didn't try to attack with the Den of the Bugbear there. That's kind of crazy to me. I mean, I guess it's because they really want to cast their Muxus and they don't want to do anything to mess that up. Oh, you know what I should have done? Well, I guess it's debatable on what's better to do here. But I could have attacked with Yorion and then blinked Yorion, and then when that comes back into play, I could have blinked a bunch of this other stuff, but let's see what Muxus gets. Is it a good one? It's not a bad one. 3 Skirk Prospectors and a Trash Master. So I don't have any artifacts for them to trash, but yeah, I like what I did. I don't know if it was the best move, but I think it was a fine move. Yeah, I'm not going to discard this. That's fine. Submit 0. Alright, what can I get back here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get back a 3-drop. The best 3-drop I can get. Well, let's get back Molten Impact. Obviously, both of those can be sacrificed. Alright. So here I can attack, because I am going to do that move I said before. Because obviously that's going to let me get rid of their Muxus eventually.
You're coming with me.
And again, the cool thing about this is it lets me remove the Wanderer from attacking contention, and I have like a ton of life and a bunch of chump blockers, so I think we're doing all right. And this is why I wanted to play another Wandering Emperor, big Wandering Emperor, the Eternal Wanderer, is because it's like a Wrath of God, like that you get to keep reusing because it's on a Planeswalker, and because you can blink it with the you can blink Yorion with her, and then yeah. Because like, what do they do here? Okay. I block. Like, I can just get Yorion back here. Let's get rid of that. Alright, well. I guess there's really no point in attacking with that one. Yeah, because they can just block with these fellas. But, and I don't want them to be able to block with all of their kind of crappy folks.
and now.
Oops. Alright, so now I can do this.
Focus. This is our enemy.
Let's get that. Now we're defended from Den of the Bugbear. Or if we want this Goblin Chieftain. Alright, who are you attempting to hit with this? Okay. Good game. Alright, let's put in some Chain Whirlers. Don't really need Night of Autumn. Like, we can deal with their reflections of Kiki-Jiki in other ways, and they otherwise aren't running. They're the red-black version of goblins, so they're not running the enchantments that the red-green version of goblins is. Most likely, they can still run the one that's the 4-drop one. But again, you know, we have Skyclave Apparition, and you know, it's like it can't be a 4 of in their deck. So I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I do think that taking out those giant 6-drops is probably for the best, though. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's better to take out the Vivians, because... no. I like this better. Because, like, by the time we're that late in the game, I've either won or lost, and having a giant dragon isn't really gonna do anything. This is not a very fast hand, and I probably should not have kept it, but I kind of reflexively hit keep, so that's what we're going to be doing. Okay. Relic of Progenitus is always interesting. Like, people often side this in against this deck, or, you know, this this genre of deck when I play it, but I don't personally view my graveyard as being a huge resource, especially in this version, because it's a Kiki-Jiki deck for the most part. Like, you play things, and then, you know, it's only running 2 Eternal Witnesses in the main, so it's, you know, it's not particularly heavy on... actually, you know what? I'm just going to do this now. While they presumably can't do much with the mana. A Snoop! Let's pass. I don't want a Molten Impact here. I think committing to getting the Wandering Emperor in play is a better plan. Because we don't have to exile here, we can just make a token, and that seems pretty good. Because we can block the Skirk Prospector in combat, and that's going to mess with their mana. Alright, well, that's fine.
Now you've done it. That's coming off. We must protect the people.
Let's reserve our... Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. They're low enough on mana that I feel like doing this is fine. It might be a bit greedy of me, but...
I call, and Ikoria answers. Guards, to me.
Like, if this works, then I could very well, like, Well, I can't win on my next turn, but I can come, like, remarkably close. Like, I think if... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I basically win the game on my next turn. Like, I -2 the Vivian, I play Terror of the Peaks, I get, I mean, I don't even have to do all that. I could just... Jesus, I am spoiled for choice here. It really doesn't matter what I do, I think. So I'm gonna do the cool, impressive thing. I'm gonna leave my... Skyclave Apparition alone. I'm actually gonna do this here. To get a white out of the deck, or a red, actually. No, a white. It really doesn't matter. Alright. So, like, I do this.
I hope things get out of hand.
And then I get a Chain Whirler. And then I blink this Chain Whirler. And then that deals them 3 damage and kills their Snoop. Put a counter on one of these folks. Good game. Maybe it was because they were so sleepy earlier. And that's why they were unable to defeat my silly deck. Alright, so far, I'm not really missing Chandra. I think that the Eternal Wanderer is just like a... Like, especially in that game, like, it kind of makes me want to be playing even more of the Eternal Wanderer, honestly. Like, the -4 is actually kind of insanely good against a lot of decks. Maybe we'll put one in the sideboard instead of... well... Yeah, instead of an Elspeth Conqueror's Death. I actually think that Elspeth Conqueror's Death is, like, just inferior to the Eternal Wanderer in a lot of regards. Like, what permanents are we removing? Like, we have a Knight of Autumn in the main that we can fetch out with Vivian. You know, Meanwhile, there's, like, a ton of tap-out decks that are playing, you know, giant green creatures, Eldrazi, lots of... every big boy that you can imagine are getting played out in various other decks. And because we are not running counterspells, we need to deal with them once they're already in play. And this does that. So I kind of maybe even want to run one additional one. Because, again, I feel like, well, no. Because we do have 2 Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Like, I maybe diversifying our threats is better. Let's run with this. We'll see how we do. Altheriax. That's a cool name. Alright. Yeah, sure, why not? Plain Mountain. No toppings. Esper Sentinel, you say? Well, I say that you get to draw a card. Not messing around with that. I have a very spell-heavy hand. A champion, you say. A retrofitter foundry, you say. Okay. Well, let's do this. Get rid of that and probably this. Yeah, and the cool thing is like having additional of these, like where we are playing 4 Seasoned Pyromancers, we do get to just discard them. If I were playing Elspeth's Conqueror's Death, then we could also reanimate them. But for now, you know, we have Eternal Witness or Timeless Witness, whichever witness. Somebody who saw something sometime. That's the power that we have in this deck. The power of somebody who saw something sometime. Alright, yeah, let's just pass. There's no reason to get all antsy about this. I still don't even know what kind of a deck they're running. Like, they have... Like, obviously, it's like a Boros Aggro deck. These Knights are interesting to me, though. Like, I don't know why they're running these Fervent Champions. Like, what sorts of equipment are they running? Like, are they looking to use Ingenious Smith to find Embercleave? I mean, that's something that I haven't seen before, but that is possible. Are they running, like, the new equipments? No, they're running... Well, I guess that is technically one of the new equipments, yeah. And it's also pretty good against my current board. For now, at least. That's fine. All right. Okay, so one thing that we can do here is cheat on mana. Ooh, interesting, 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 interesting. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, I guess I don't have the Ephemerate anymore, so I can't do anything particularly cool with the Skyclave. What do I want to do here? I think it makes more sense to try to... yeah, let's just put this out there. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, you get to play some lands. That is true. Okay. Well, that's good to have. Let's kill that. Get rid of the sword. Seems good. Attack for damages. Now, I would really like to not use this Helix here because it does require me using my treasure that is on the battlefield. Unfortunately, though, that creature right there means that I am not going to wait. Because they could very easily just, that's fine. You can hit me for 2. I like my creatures too much. Alright, so we have to get rid of this. Yeah, see? They have a stop in my upkeep. Got him. Alright. No, no. Okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna try to interrupt this. Should have put that into my hand, but, you know. Put up a block there. Yup. Alright. Well, that is one fewer 3/3 that I have to deal with, which is nice. I think I'm probably not going to survive, but, well, you know, we'll see. Like, they are attacking for a lot. Alright, so... yeah, why not? Probably not going to survive. But I am making them use their resources in a less efficient way, at the very least. Play that. Play this. Get rid of those fellas. Get rid of that fella. Get rid of that fella. And then it is possible. All right, we'll see what fresh hell they unleash on us here. That's not great. I don't like that, to be perfectly frank. We'll see what they do. Passing, huh? Alright, well. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's interesting, if we had, like, more life, I think that we could actually, like, win here, but because we don't, I don't think that we can. So I think what's for the best is to pass the turn here and try to win next turn. Yeah, we can't actually do anything about this. Yep. Yep. Oh, I'll do the thing I can do. Get rid of that, and get rid of this. They obviously will turn it into a Thopter. That one they can't, clearly. This is already grown, so it can't grow anymore. Block there and block here. Yep. Yeah, at this point the Tyrant's not going to get us there, so what we need to do is draw something fancy, I suppose. Get rid of that. I haven't done the math here, but I'm pretty sure we're dead. Like, it is possible that we can maybe... Okay, because, yeah, they don't have enough mana to do anything else. All they have is these 5 attackers. And we can block 4 of them. Two, 3, 4. 4 blockers, yep. We'll try to murder that one. Alright, so what we can do is we can do this, we can do this. We can get back Ephemerate. And... Yep. Well. So this time they are going to have enough mana to untap and they can untap one of them and make another token. We are clinging on for dear life, but yeah, we can't do much about that. Good game. We stayed in it for a while, but fortunately, we can put in these Knights of Autumn. Goblin Chain Whirler is probably not where we want to be. Like, they do have the 1/1s. They do have some 1/1s, but I just, maybe like one more. We probably don't want the Wandering Emperor, and we definitely don't want too many of those. Actually, cutting one Vivian is probably good to do too, and just put in another Chain Whirler. I'm actually thinking, yeah, let's just run with this. It's fine. And we'll see if we can draw some Knights of Autumn. And defeat our artifacty opponent. Yeah, whatever. Play this first. I'll probably play the Fabled Passage next, and then we have a turn 3 Goblin Chain Whirler, which will hopefully kill an Esper Sentinel. Perhaps 2. Who knows? Maybe 4. Maybe somehow my opponent will have on turn 4, or on my turn 3, 4 Esper Sentinels on the battlefield. There's only one way to know for sure, and that's to see it happen in real time. So we're going to save the Fabled Passage now because we got the Prosperous Innkeeper, and that gives us our 3rd. Don't get an Ornithopter, please. Ooh, nice. All right, we're in good shape. Nobody expects the Goblin Chain Whirler. Alright, well, I have a Helix for that one. Ooh, nice. Get rid of this first. Get rid of... Well, let's attack first. And you know what? Let's actually pass. Because they might try to Glass Casket, and I think I would rather destroy that than their Retrofitter Foundry to kind of keep the pressure up. But if they go for this copy right here, I am definitely using Beseiju. Yeah. Yeah, well, let's just do this. I think having a board is more important at this moment than getting rid of their Retrofitter Foundry. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. I guess we'll find out together. Love this trade. Oh yeah, they have these Fervent Champions too, which additionally makes the Goblin Chain Whirlers very good. Got me. Okay. All right. Let's get a mountain. Let's get our Bud down. Who makes a treasure? Who casts Yorion? And barring a Metallic Rebuke, which I suspected that they're not playing as they are not in blue. And the boys are back in town. Whirling their chains and offering up rooms to the downtrodden and wet. I love old sound chip voice emulation. It's very, very funny to me. So they can 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so they do 1, 2, they 1, 2, 3, untap it. They actually can make a 4/4. All right, I'm gonna do this. They're gonna do their rigmarole. Mm-hmm. My God, it's happening. Just as foretold. All right, let's toss this out there. Gain a life. I'll play this land too, whatever. I got nothing to hide. This is interesting. Because depending on what they do, I might actually be able to outmaneuver them on my turn. I mean, we'll see what I draw, but and what they do with the rest of their turn. But like, I do have that land in play that can make a 1/1 to zap their flyer. And I do have 9 points of flying, so yeah, we got it. You're kidding me. My God. We're doing it. We're really doing it. We've done it. I mean, granted, we didn't have to. We could have done that in one of several ways, but... let's get rid of this and put in another Chain Whirler. I forgot that they were running those Fervent folk, and that makes Chain Whirler really good. Love them Whirlers. Love them. Toss and change everywhere, not really taking anyone's safety into consideration. I love those boys. Those dangerous, dangerous boys. Ooh. Okay. All right. What you fetching? Yeah, that's fine. Do this end of turn. My God. All right. Let's actually throw this down. No. Let's throw this down. We're not gonna be able to... I was thinking this because it would allow us to immediately trade, but like, no. Like, let's take this a little slower, and next turn we can Rocco out a, we got creature, artifact, instance, that's 3. Next turn we can Rocco out a, okay, a Tarmogoyf, if we want. Let's discard this and... Actually, let's not discard that. Let's not discard anything. Let's attack. We'll see what they do. I was hoping they would do that. Alright, I need to get a green here, so that my mana is good. And then what do I want to do? I think it makes more sense to do this, actually. That lets us bank a damage for the future. Obviously, they're going to get a 4/4, which is, you know, whatever. Once we have Fable up, that's not going to be a huge problem, because even copying one Goblin Chain Whirler lets it hold off a Construct, which is good. Vesper Sentinels, fine. Ooh, this is interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so and they have creature, artifact. We have sorcery, instant, land. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get out our Tarmogoyf, since that can kind of hold the fort for a little bit. So get that Goyf. Get in there. What you gonna do? Make a token? And then what are you gonna do? Sacrifice it to make a flyer? Oh my god, they're doing it. Alright, so... that removes my Kiki, which is unfortunate. But, you know, not the worst. I can get it back in, you know, some amount of time. Just, it's gonna be a bit. This is part of the cost, right? Yeah, okay. So that's not gonna do me a whole lot of good here. Let's see what this does. Some people don't know how to handle Rocco. Some people, like, trade with him very aggressively, which is kind of the thing that I want to happen. Obviously, I can't have more than one Rocco in play, and I can rebuy it out of my graveyard with the Witness, so... Excuse me. Oh, no. Oh, wow. We are in there. Alright. That was a pretty good combat for us, I think. We'll see what happens on the following turn. I'm almost certainly going to blink my Seasoned Pyromancer to get these lands out of my hand, which I do not want. Whether or not that's going to be an option is up to this Ranger Captain, however. A giant killer? But my Tarmogoyf is a giant! This is horrible. Yeah, I'm still gonna... This doesn't really affect any of my plays. Be kind of crazy if they sacrifice their ranger captain here, but they're not doing it. This is actually pretty good. Oh, let's not do that first, though. Let's do this first. Might as well get a life out of it. Because this makes them commit. Oh, they didn't even commit. Okay, well, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about, I guess. I'm actually going to play this out, because that is the 8th mana that we need to cast Yorion next turn. Oh no, my giant! Our giant was destroyed. Our giant was destroyed by facts and logic. From this little human peasant. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this just seems very good. Let's not do that. Let's do this. Okay. Alright, so this is going to kill their giant killer. Which is pretty neat. And we gain a bunch of life, and we're going to draw 2 cards, discard our Fable, get a 1/1, and then gain another life. Hey, we did it. Good game, Altheriax. We have broken into the 100s now. Let's keep going. Yeah, I like the way that this deck feels a lot better than the All-Runs deck. There's a lot of black decks now. So, like, there was, like, a very narrow window where, like, really the only black removal that was getting played was Fatal Push, right? So, obviously, that only hits 2 and 4 drops. Alrund on the back, well, technically on the front side, is a 5 drop, at least on Arena. I think naturally it's a 6 drop, but it's been a while since I looked at paper cards. So there was a while where, like, it just was not very easily removable. Like, all of the common forms of removal just missed it because it had 5 casting cost, and also had presumably 5 toughness for the, like, or at the very least it could, if you got it out early by ephemerating it, right? So, like, that dodges that molten spell that deals 4 damage. It dodges Skyclave Apparition, which removes 4 mana value creatures. It did a lot of good stuff. But now they've diversified their removal base, and they're destroying. You know, they're using Go for the Throat. They're doing Heartless Act. So I just don't think it's as good anymore. And also, like, your main sort of card advantage engines within that deck are creature based. They're the Soul Herders, whereas this deck leans more on Planeswalkers, which, granted, you know, a lot of the removal that hits creatures also hits Planeswalkers at this point. Like, a lot of folks I've seen are playing that. I don't remember what it's called. It's the it's a 1 1 black mana sorcery that like destroys something with CMs with mana value 2 or less, and then you can pay like a kicker cost to make it blow up bigger things. And it can destroy a creature or a planeswalker. That is very good. So, but at the very least, our planeswalkers, when they come down, make a creature. Now that we've cut Chandra, all of them make creatures. Alright, you know, I wasn't planning that this is how my turn was going to go, but I'm not sad about it either. We'll see what they do here. The way that I've drawn mana, it hasn't really lended itself to me curving out very well into this Timeless Witness, but, you know, that's alright. Sure, no blocks. Well, let's play this to get ourselves set up for next turn. Let's play our buddy, the Prosperous Innkeeper. And then we get to pass and see what happens. Let's not do that. No attacks. End turn. Let's see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen? Oh my god. It's a munitions expert, you guys. Alright, I'm going to blink this fella and destroy their Horde Master. Or, yeah, Horde Master. If I wanted to, I could blink my Knight of Autumn and make it bigger and then block. That might be something that I do. Especially if they attack with this fella. Alright. Well, given that they're attacking like this, you know what? Sure. I just want to keep, like, we're doing all right, and we have, like, our card advantage engine, so I don't really care about this. I just want to have them keep stuff off the board. Alright. There's that. There's this. Pick up the other Ephemerate. And I love that our mana worked out perfectly for this turn cycle. Get in there. I think actually when we get back to the deck, like after we get out of this match and we go back to the deck, I actually do think I want to put in a third Timeless Witness. Because setting up these loops early is just so good against so many decks. Like if you're able to just repeatedly reuse Molten Impact, like that's kind of insane. Oof, that's rough. And what is this? Whenever Pashalik Mons or another goblin you control dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Alright, well. Okay. What you doing with that? Okay, well. That is fine. You could have done that with Pashalik Mons' death trigger, too. But it's all fine. Just cast that to put it in our graveyard. I actually do think we want it to be bigger again. Ooh, okay. Let's do that. Played out the land so that if we draw an untapped mana source, we can Timeless Witness next turn and deal a big ol' 4 damage to something. Otherwise, I mean, we're holding down the fort. Any future creature is just going to be removal against our opponent. Our folks are big now, so... What the hell could they have for 1 mana? Nothing. Okay. They're trying to get mana for they're trying to get to 6. That's what's happening. We're getting back Ephemerate. Ephemerate represents so much damage right now. Eight, to be exact, which is lethal. Ooh, Snoop. Snoop found nothing. Snoop's got nothing. I will gain 4 life before you die. Good game. Alright, Chain Whirlers, get on in here. We don't really need Knight of Autumn and Vivian, even though it was very good there. And we don't really want these Tyrants. You know what? Let's cut 1 Vivian and leave 1 of those in. Just it's a bit of spice. Oh, I had the 3rd Timeless Witness in my sideboard. I could have just put it in to test how that does against you know, deck like this that's more aggro. Because that was my concern with keeping the 3rd one in the sideboard to begin with. So, you know. But we'll see how it goes. I've heard good things about these berries, so I can see why they have a guardian. I hear they're full of antioxidants. I've updated the stream title to be slightly more accurate and informative. Since our opponent is apparently AFK. Oh, no, they're not. They're here. All right. It's never great to have the Molten Impact opening against a Skirk Prospector, but you know what? A 1-for-1 is a 1-for-1. We'll take them. I do like this this card art. This is from like the Eternal Witness, right? I miss Eternal Witness. I wish Eternal Witness was playable on this online. All right. Did my client break? Let me try restarting my client real quick, I guess. Yeah, because it seems to think that I am roping. So we'll try that again real quick. I've become a lion. All right. All right. I don't know what happened, but we're back. Ugh, not great. And also, my music is gone. I have to fix that. All right, hold on. All right. We're back. We're back in action here. Full 100%. We're doing good. All right. What do we need here? I'm going to get a second green first before the second red. Because if I really need to, I can Timeless Witness to get the land back.
Now you've done it. That's coming off.
Okay. Sure.
You're done. I'm never done for good.
You're done, but I am never done for good. What do we want here? They got a bunch of 1/1s. They're about to have that. I think that playing Timeless Witness makes the most sense here, because we can use this to get back this land I was talking about earlier. And play that, and then next turn, we can either, if we draw an untapped mana source, we can Eternal Wanderer. Okay, hopefully this isn't letting them go off. Alright. You got it, you got it. They have a Chain Whirler on top. Well, I hope I don't have a Chain Whirler on top, because I don't have the mana for it. It's not fetch. Okay. Well, this'll at least defend me a little bit. Oh wait, what am I doing? That was bad. Yeah, whatever. They have a Bashalik Mons. That's fine. Oh, I was unable to say good game. Probably because I'm a lion. And lions can't speak. Is there anything I want to change? Oh yeah, I did want to put this in. Take that out. I should have, I mean, I wasn't going to win that game anyway, but I definitely should have done the Rocco for the Tarmogoyf there. despite a Mario Kart theme playing, my opponent has not started their engines. Much like the beginning of the last game. They're getting a very late start. They didn't press the gas button at the correct time, and they have spun out on the starting line. Now they drove straight into a banana peel, so they need a little bit more time. All right, here we go. I'm gonna wait and see what they get. Because if they play a Snoop on turn 2, I'd rather kill that. And I think what I'm gonna do is I am gonna Season Pyromancer next turn, discarding Vivian and Timeless Witness. Like, we'll see if I draw something else. I would like to not discard my Timeless Witness, but alright, let's get rid of this fella. Oh no. I don't gain my 3 life. What are you gonna do EOT with 1 mana? Nothing. Never mind, change of plans. Change of plans. I gotta say too, playing an Ephemerate deck with Chain Whirler, like, you feel so safe against elves and goblins. Like, when you just have a Chain Whirler in play and you're holding Ephemerates, it's just like, do what you're gonna do, bud. Like, alright, well now I'm gonna play this. Hopefully get some lands, because we can discard Vivian and Rocco to late game plays for 2 1/1s. And an ETB tapped land, which, you know, not my ideal choice, but I like this song because it's not quite the Top Gear theme that everybody loves. It's similar, but it never quite gets there. This is interesting. Oh, what? I mean, I'm 100% blocking here. Weird. All right. I mean, I love that. I'll take it. Get back our buddy. Hey guys. Hey guys. Guess what's gonna happen next turn? Guys, I think you know the play that I'm gonna make. I think it's a pretty good play. The chains. Oh, how they whirl! Yeah, I can't say good match. Because I became a Johnny. I don't know why, but I became a Johnny and then I couldn't speak. Wait, did my rank improve at all? I thought I was like well, whatever, it doesn't matter. I forget what I was before. I thought I was 130 before, but alright, seems like Arena might have crashed again, so we're just gonna reboot that real fast. Every once in a while, when whatever happens, it like you do need to restart it like after the match. It like carries over some of its bad. I don't know what it is or does, but before we forget, we're going in here. And we are going to bump that up by 1. I like that a lot. I'm going to cut this. I just don't think that that's really what we need to be doing. In fact, I'm going to cut the other one too. I'm going to put a second Chain Whirler in the main. And I'm going to put something else in the sideboard. Maybe another goof? Maybe just another goofy guy. One thing, actually, that I kind of wish I had access to... Wait, do I? Okay, so let me talk this out. One card that I keep going back and forth on for this deck, for obvious reasons, is Twin Shot Sniper. Now, why? Twin Shot Sniper is very good against certain decks in this format, and it is not very good against most other ones. So, like, that's why I don't have it in right now. But it is cool in that you can, I mean, it's edge cases, but, you know, like, discarding it can potentially give you 2 types for Tarmogoyf at instant speed, uncounterably, which is good. The channel being uncounterable is good in several, you know, playing against counterspell decks in general. But mainly, this is aimed at is it like 1-drop deck, basically. Being able to deal 2 damage at instant speed to those things is really good. Having reach is really good. Being able to blink it with Fable the Mirror Breaker is really good. But I think that because like the main, so obviously like in those decks, the 1/2s with shoot, what's the ability where they get +1/+1 for each non-creature's prowess? Yeah. So the 1/2s with prowess, be they Swift Spears or the other one that changes damage to -1/-1 counters. So like you can get those with these, and then it's also really good against elves. It's decent against Rakdos, but it also sometimes it's good to just be able to fetch out damage for against planeswalkers, right? Because then you can blink it and. But that being said, Terror of the Peaks is just a better version. It just requires some setup, and so that's why I'm not running this at the moment. I don't know if that's correct, but that's my rationale behind it, at the very least. Is it possible that... No, I do want additional access to Chain Whirlers. In fact, is it possible I should just, like... No. No. Let's run this. I think Chain Whirler is nice, but I don't think... I have run... tried to run versions of this deck that are, like, more aggro-oriented. And, I mean... You can do it. I just don't know it's that good. I think Chain Whirler is, like, a more mid-game... like, midway through the gameplay. Wait, I thought we were number 130. Now we're 131? What happened? In the past 2 seconds. Whatever. Alright, we'll get our good mana out there first. Okay, it's another one of these, but it's the blue version of the deck. Okay. So what do we want to do here? I think we just want to Prosperous Innkeeper. They're going to hit us for 4. And then we'll see what mana they leave up. Nothing. Okay. All right, I'm going to do this. And then I think I'm gonna pass and see what they do. All right. Okay. Okay, so they do have Metallic Rebuke mana open. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm just gonna get rid of this now. Because I just don't think I'm resolving this Wandering Emperor. Oh, well, maybe. This only triggers, cast your next instant or sorcery spell. Okay, so that's not going to trigger. Oof, that's rough. Alright, well. That is fine. Yep, you draw some cards.
I hope you're ready to move. You're done.
She's just having some fun. You're done. All right, let's play this den and let's make our boy slightly beefier and
Remember your training.
then we'll see what happens. Probably just gonna chump block here. Ooh, dang, they had a really good draw here. I wasn't expecting this Michiko's Reign of Truth in a blue version of this deck, but it's doing pretty good against me right now. Seeing as how I am stone dead. Alright, so Chain Whirlers. Goyf, yeah. Knights, yep. Fewer Vivians. Let's actually just get rid of all those folks. I don't think that's how we're gonna win. Let's do this. Against this deck in specific is where I'm missing the Brotherhood's End versus the Chain Whirlers, but, you know, it's alright. This deck isn't as... These decks, like the artifact decks, they haven't seemed, to me at least, as popular recently, but, you know, who knows. Maybe there's still obviously an active force in the metagame, so... I've been debating playing Mana Confluence as like a 2-of or something myself, but... A hold, you say? I'm actually gonna do this here. Get ahead on mana. And keep my innkeeper around. Oh no! Alright. Sure. I'm actually gonna get rid of Rocco and Molten Impact. Keeping the goof. I'm happy with my decision. Goof. Get out there. Metallic Rebuke it all you want, bud. This is interesting too, because like now they kind of have to leave up Metallic Rebuke for my turn. Which is, I think that's neat. I don't know that that's what I'm going to do with my mana, but they need to at least keep honest about it. Ugh, that's awful for me. Oh boy. Yeah, we're just, we're being aggro about this. I'm not playing into Metallic Rebuke. I refuse to do it. I'm just accepting the fact that they're gaining 8 life out of this thing. I mean, it's 2 power, so that's fine. Alright, let's do this again. We're just all in on this. Now they have a biggin. It's not that big, but I think technically it still counts as a biggin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I'm assuming that they have something because they have to, but this is technically lethal. Good game. All right. So this again. I don't like that art of Oko for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. I think I just find his little weird finger claw things a little silly, but I'm just gonna do this now. So they are going to hit us for 4 here. We do get to answer back with Molten Impact if we want to. Whether or not that resolves is up to our friend Oko here. You know what? Let's get rid of this instead. Like, we're doing pretty good if we get to actually resolve our creatures. Like, we do have a Knight of Autumn in our hand, so we will play this into a Metallic Rebuke. We haven't seen one yet. There it is. Next turn, we can play Innkeeper, and if Innkeeper resolves, then we have Helix up. Nice. Okay, so they do have another Metallic Rebuke, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna do this now then. Depending on what they do on my turn, I can play a Skyclave Apparition to get rid of the Retrofitter Foundry. I actually feel like this is a good move here. Obviously, they can counter it, but, you know, they can counter whatever. But this way lets me maybe get a land. All right, nice. And some life, obviously. Let's just play this Bugbear thing. I think actually I should have played the Jetmir's Garden so that I have 3 white. In the off chance that I draw an Ephemerate, that matters, because you do need 3 white for the Skyclave Apparition Ephemerate trick. Now, obviously, they don't have another non-land permanent non-token, so... But now, I feel very smart for having done that. cannot be rebuked. Huh. Alright, they've made a token. It's an interesting choice, but we'll get in there while we can. I'm going to fetch now. I'm going to get that third white like I was talking about, and I'm going to put Yorion in our hand. Looking at my elemental creature token, huh? You noticed them. Oh no, he noticed too hard. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, they got rid of my... Alright, that's fine. They actually do have Rebuke mana up, so I'm going to do the same thing I did last game when they did that. And I'll just keep playing mana, so that I can eventually play around their rebukes. They clearly seem to have one in their hand at the moment. That's rough. Well, I hope I draw an answer to this Hushbringer. I did not. Alright, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're dead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is not enough, especially because they can block. And then I play this into Metallic Rebuke. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. So they don't have Metallic Rebuke. Interesting. Well, I'll make the block I gotta make. Alright. Not the best. Nice. That is very good for me. That's not great. That's not great at all. Alright, well, probably not going to get this one, but we'll try our darndest. Yeah, we can't attack here. And we'll see what happens. Yep, I go to a comfy one. Alright, well, easy discard. Well, you got us. Good game. Close one. Hushbringers are very good. We do have a lot of removal that is not creature-based, but, you know. It got countered. Should we maybe be having more? Like in the sideboard, maybe? Like maybe instead of this silly Tarmogoyf. And also, maybe instead of this Witness, then we could put in like 2 more. Like we also have the Wandering Emperor too. Yeah, we got like a decent amount of removal. We just didn't draw it there. That being said, I'm wondering if it makes sense to, like, not run Train Whirler in the main and to instead run Brotherhood's End in the main. Eh. Well, at the very least, we can play another Night of Autumn, and then... What is something we can do here? Actually, I'm just out of curiosity. Let me make sure I'm not, like, missing anything crazy good from the new set. Lyra is obviously nice. I have tried versions of this deck with Skrelv in there, but I haven't liked it, honestly. I thought having a Mother of Runes that you could tutor out, like, pretty reliably on turn 4 would be very, very good. But it just hasn't been, honestly. Capricious Hellraiser was something I considered, but, like, we have Timeless Witnesses, which are just better a lot of the time. I don't have all the cards, so I might as well make sure I'm looking at all the cards. I don't even know who this guy is. Rook, the Hexgold Nabber. Trample Haste. Whenever an equipped creature you control other than this fella attacks or dies, you may attach all equipment attached to that creature to... Okay, so he just picks up stuff. Okay. Okay, these are, like, all equipment-based things. Nothing... 3 for a 4/4. This is like a more expensive version of Night of Autumn that I cannot keep Kiki copy. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Thrun is an interesting one. Thrun is one that I have considered playing as like a one-of, but... I also considered Evolved Spinoderm, just because I grew up playing Blastoderm. It has a really large residence in my heart. It lives there free of charge. 4 for a 4/2 with first strike, as long as your turn creature tokens are bigger, and then you can make creature tokens. No, that's not interesting. This doubles your token output, which I don't necessarily think I'm super into. Like, obviously I do have Seasoned Pyromancer and Prosperous Innkeeper, both of which make tokens. Vivian and my Planeswalkers also make tokens. So it could be something to consider as like a one-of. When the set first came out, I did test it as a one-of, but it seems very niche. I think I'd rather play to like more main concern. This was another card I considered running. And maybe I should. Maybe I still should. Oh, these things are actually interesting. First multicolored spell each turn. We really only have these 3 multicolors, or well, I guess we have Helixes too. But we don't have to play those. And also, against control, we actively want to side the... you know what? Let's go ahead. Turn our sideboard into a more transformative sideboard. Well, actually, I'm less sure. You know what? I do want to test it, at least in some regard. So, like, let's clear out something. You know what? Elspeth Conquers Death is just very slow. It's good, obviously, and we can blink it with Yorion, but, like, let's cut them and let's try out those folks, and maybe running a third Eternal Wanderer is kind of silly. yeah, let's run all these Zenith Chroniclers and see if they're any good. I'm excited to try them out. They're aggressive. We're already siding out our Helixes, so the only thing that we're gonna have are Rockos, and Rocco can just like fetch them. So, yeah, we have very few multicolored cards. So you know what? Let's try this. That doesn't really make our artifact deck matchup any better, but that's all right. We are going to play against control at some point, you know. Although I will say, like, we haven't played against a control deck yet, which I find surprising. Wow, is der gut. Playing against Elspeth over here. Second hand, much better than the first hand. If they are Elspeth 53, wow, they're just like all over this, the new stuff. They're very trendy. Guess we'll put that back since there's just no hope of us casting it anytime soon. I guess that's not true. We do have a Prosperous Innkeeper. We could play it on turn 3. It's just, like, I don't know what they're playing, and that card is worse against... Okay, they're playing this legendary artifact graveyard deck thing. Alright, there's Emery. We got the Helix for that. Nice. So let's do this first. I don't think they can counter it with the mana that they have, but... And I feel comfortable using the treasure token because we do have a 4th land for the Wandering Emperor. So I think we're in good shape. Luris, you say, of the Dream Den. Chromatic Star has been played. Oh. See what our opponent does. What is this? Lazav becomes a copy of target creature in your graveyard with mana value X. Okay. The Multifarious, you say? He's just, like... Is Multifarious a real word? Or is he just, like, nefarious in, like, myriad ways? He's... I actually don't even know how this deck works. I think they just end up looping Mox Amber a bunch. I don't know. Okay, bud.
You can be made to obey.
Wonderful.
I am the Emperor of Algoa, and we've got the edge in this fight.
Okay. Well, we can't play Vivian this turn, so we'll set up for next turn.
Remember your training.
Remember your training, Prosperous Innkeeper.
How foolish.
It was foolish to attack you, Jace the Perfected Mind? Oh crap, they're writing.
Knowledge. Surrender every last thought to Phyrexia.
Better do it.
I'll take note of all your failures.
What a nerd.
All your hopes and dreams were for nothing.
Were they? Good. Decline. I mean, I'll do this. Do that.
I have got new moves to teach you.
We don't really have a good, we don't really have any removal, sadly, to get rid of this Kethis, but
Every day is a new mutation.
we'll see if they can win. Again, I don't 100% understand how their combo works. Like, I think that they just, like, loop Jaces and, to mill themselves. Which, like, gives them more legendary permanence. Okay, so now they have the secondary Mox Amber.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh always loses. I pull one thread, and your entire mind unravels.
Alright. So, I mean, their whole deck is in their graveyard at this point, so if they can't win at this point, then they're not going to win. So, I'm assuming that they can beat us now. I just am not 100% sure. Each legendary... Okay, so they just get infinite mana this way, and then... Alright, you got me. Good game. Alright, sure, let's do all this stuff. Take out these fellas, take out these, because they're all slow. Take out those, probably. Yeah, let's give this a shot. Actually, Night of Autumn, I don't think well, nah, it's fine. I might need to blow up their Mox Amber. Who knows? Alright. Yeah, why not? Play our Den on turn 1. Get our Ranger class in turn 2. Now we have some removal, so we might not just die to the first Kethis that they play, which is nice. At least I hope that's the case. I mean, who knows? Maybe we will die to the first Kethis they play. It is sorcery speed, after all. Okay, so they have discarded a Kethis. What do I want to discard here? Let's just get rid of this and probably that. I do have a Timeless Witness to get it back if I need to. Alright, let's get in there for damage. Let's have Timeless Witness pick up the Ephemerate. Only we know that we have 2. Our opponent is none the wiser. Alright, they got a Mox. They have Kinnan, so they can tap for 2 mana. Alright, well, I'm gonna destroy their Kinnan. Do this. I'm gonna play this and attack with folks. Put a counter on there just because I don't know what removal they have. And we'll see how we do. Okay, they have Lazav. Sadly, we don't have 3 points on our Molten Impact bank. Alright, good game. Alright, let's run it back. Alright, it's fine. It's a very all-in on Ranger class hand. And I think that's the way I still want it to be. Yep. Next turn, we can put the counter on it, and play a Prosperous Innkeeper. Alright. Innkeeper. Ranger class, level 2. Attack. Hope they don't have Acerak. So this thing combos with Acerak. Like, you just play the Acerak and then you tap it while it's on the battlefield. And then it bounces back to your hand. So, like, there's something you can do where you can just play the Acerak infinite times. I forget how you reduce its cost by 2, but you can do that somehow. Alright, so they got a Mox Amber, but otherwise just, like, nothing in there. Alright.
Fortunately, I won't have to remember this.
Why don't you have to remember it? What a mystery there that Jace is wielding. What does this do again? This makes their thing produce extra mana. Okay. Is that game? I don't know this deck well enough to know that that's a game. But I'm guessing that they're right. I don't think they'd lie to me. Do they have 2 Mox Ambers? I only see 1. Oh, that's the second one. Okay. Yeah, they got me then. Alright, good game. Maybe we should have, like, more... or some graveyard hate? I don't know. I'll give it a think. I'm feeling a little tired, so I'm gonna head out for now. But, yeah, so that's... I don't remember how many matches we played today. We played some number. We won a lot of them. We didn't win all of them, but we did win most of them. So, I don't know. I like this deck. I think it's neat. We never got to do the... I don't think we got to do the Rocco into Vivian -2, but that's all right. Because, I mean, we're still winning a lot of matches. So, the fact that we don't get to do our super cool thing is... no, I think actually we did get to do it once, but I also think it didn't matter that time. So... I don't know. Is that good? I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe I should not be running Roccos. Maybe those Roccos would be better off as Tyrants, you know? I am not sure. But, you know, we did all right. We did all right today, and considering some of the streams that we've had in the recent past, you know, I'm fine with that. So, anyway, thanks for stopping by, folks, and I'll see you later.